I'm Jack White.
And you are?
Meg White.
And you are the?
White Stripes.
You work off each other. You could be each other because you guys seem to have such great communication on stage.
I've seen you guys play live, and you get to that side mic by Meg's kick. I'm thinking, okay, how much of this is now the White Stripes playing the part?
I put that mic up there years ago because I wanted to change things in the middle of songs and go to another song, and so I needed the mic over there so I could sing, and I could say, let's do that.
Nobody else does that setup, do they, Jack?
No, they don't. If we had 3 people in the band or 4, I couldn't do that.
If you mess up, like everybody knows.
Yeah, I guess so. Sometimes in some bands, if you're a guitar player and there's 2 other guitar players and a bass player and a keyboard player on stage, I mean, you can just pretend to play and no one will notice. I can't really pretend to play. People who would look at it and say, oh, this is a brother and sister, and they have all these colors, and it's a 2-piece band. It's all a bunch of gimmicks. And we love that because that just says that they could care less about really getting something out of music or storytelling, that everything to them is image. When to us, anything that's, image to other people is true. It has true meaning to us. It wasn't just something, we said, oh, what would be cool to do? Let's think of something cool. Let's all dress like chickens and go on stage. It wasn't like that. The idea first came from when I saw these toys they made for infants, because they're sort of colorblind when you're first born. They make babies' toys out of red, white, and black.
I was talking to a guy, Matt Johnson from Fat Possum Records in Oxford, and he said that the bass ruined the blues because before it was just a guy and a guitar.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a real true statement. Because I think once bass got added, then it was, let's add a second guitar.
Why not a horn section, and why not dancers, and why not a huge light show and explosions? Like, where do you stop? I think the most important part of art is knowing when to stop. I like to be confined.
You picked the wrong job.
It's best to just put yourself in a situation where you're in a box and you know you have only a certain amount of time to do something. You know you only have a certain instruments to work with or whatever it is. It's best because you create better that way.
The whole point of the band is to not evolve. It's better to not be too at ease when you're working on something, I think. White Blood Cells, we did it in 3 days, and we did Elephant in 10 days, I think, and I feel like answering all questions in 7 Nation Army form now. I remember my friend Ben, he's in a band called the Soledad Brothers. He was with us, and he came up, he was walking by, and I said, hey, Ben, listen to this riff. And I played it for him, and he goes, eh.
When did it occur to you that, oh, wow, wait a minute, this is actually starting to...
I think when we got to England and things, we just assumed it was going to be a tiny little tour, and it ended up being a gigantic, huge impact out of the blue. We just always assumed that people wouldn't really care about the band. I mean, 6 years ago, we assumed nobody would care about us. Years ago, it was, we played for 10 people and 20 people in Toledo or whatever, we play shows, and it's insane to think that anyone would even care about the music we make, that it would ever get to a point where it would sell 1 million copies or people would be interested in it.
Bette Midler came to our show in New York and danced the whole show. Bette Midler in the balcony. It was pretty cool.
Has your life changed in that sense when you're walking down the street at home and all of a sudden you're being followed in that sense?
They don't care how famous you are there. They care if you're still their friend, if you still come to hang out, and if you're still a decent person. They don't care at all about celebrity.
Which we're not.
Yeah.
Which we're not at all.
People delve into your personal lives. They'll kill you. You hate that?
When you walk on the street, 90% of people have cameras on them at all times now.
I mean, I don't know. It just depends. I guess everything has its place,
If there's any doubt that the White Stripes have arrived in mainstream culture, is that you guys are now on GroupieCentral.com.
Really?
Yes, he is adequate in size and performance. I think he may like to be ridden, but I requested he ride me.
Do you ever find that you're in a situation where you just wish you could talk to somebody and make things public? You ever have that kind of weird moment?
Not really.
And you're not dating Winona Ryder, are you? That's the other rumor floating around there, Jack.
We'll see. There's never been anything I want to make public.
They've been doing a good job of that on their own, haven't they?
I guess so.
Yes,
That's
they're
cool.
very effective.
One thing I can tell you is that It's kind of Meg's an android.
Damn it, Jack. When I broke my wrist, they had a theory that they were just updating me.
Megbot version 2.0.
If you just knew, I mean, at the end of every night, how we have to plug her into the, into the tour bus, plug her in, and change her oil every 3 months to keep this band going.
If I was a robot, I should have perfect rhythm. That could be a problem.
You do have perfect rhythm, Meg. Nowadays, in popular culture, it's really, the lines have been blurred as to what needs to be shared. I mean, we're sharing music. It doesn't mean we share what our favorite toothpaste is. If the band ended tomorrow, it wouldn't break my heart. We've done what we wanted to do.
So I don't want to look back and be disappointed, because when I look back, I'm not disappointed with anything we do. I don't have any regrets, really.
We've never conceded and bowed down to anybody about artwork or song titles or music or where we play and why. We've always done whatever we wanted to do.